Good morning. It is 7:10 a.m. on, what day is it? Thursday, October 7th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I am still sleep deprived, but feeling marginally more awake than yesterday. Annoyed that apparently for a good part of the day yesterday, excuse me, goodness, I had a duplicate upload on YouTube. Anyway, I last night played a game of Kids on Brooms. This is a tabletop role-playing game that is sort of an adaptation expansion of the game called Kids on Bikes. Kids on Bikes is designed to evoke things like E.T. and Goonies and Stranger Things, where you are, kids on an adventure that may or may not contain dangers, supernatural things, etc., etc. And Kids on Brooms is a variation where it takes place where everyone is a witch or a wizard, and you go to a magical school, and all of these sorts of things that are designed to evoke a certain property that lots of people have lingering affection for, despite perhaps the desire to play a version with the serial numbers filed off. So, yeah. But one of the interesting wrinkles of the character creation was that we ended up all making faculty instead of having any kids. So that was kind of an interesting wrinkle on the way the game is intended to be played. Now, technically, the game allows you to play faculty. It has rules for that. It's just usually, the assumption is that you're playing kids. But we had a great time. It was run by Spence, who was one of the players in my Rime of the Frost Maiden D&D campaign, and I've known them for quite a while. And it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. And I think I'll have to try to figure out if there's, I don't know if it's going to YouTube or not, but it was certainly on the twitch.tv/weavethetail Twitch channel. And that was a lot of fun. I had a very good time doing that. I also was noticing in my Facebook memories today that it was 5 years ago that I was talking about finally going to the doctor for my elbow. Now, quick recap with what happened with my elbow was that I was riding the bus, and when I was going to sit down and the bus started, I kind of fell over and I bonked my elbow on one of the poles, and it hurt a lot, and I felt sure that it was broken. Went and got it x-rayed. Nope. They said not broken. And then because it didn't get better for a long time, it was just still hurting quite a bit for a long time, I actually went and got it looked at again, and they still said, nope, it is not broken. You clearly, if you're in pain, you have some soft tissue damage, but that's not the same thing, and you don't treat it the same way. And all of that was very frustrating at the time, especially because after a couple of, those urgent care visits and then talking about it with my primary care physician, I was not sure what to do. And eventually they said, well, seems like what you've got is actually golfer's elbow, which is kind of like the inverse of tennis elbow. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with golf or tennis. But here's a couple of stretches you can try, and if those don't work, then we'll talk about having you see an orthopedist. And I felt frustrated at the time, the idea of stretches, and in particular, the two stretches that they were having me do is just going like this and like this. And here's the thing, I was annoyed at the time at the idea that stretches would help, but it did. They did help. It's better. It fixed it. I still do those stretches periodically because they feel good, but I don't have that elbow pain anymore. So it just goes to show you that sometimes simple things like that, if actually followed through on, make a difference. So, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.